Good evening. We are members of the Ohio Track Club. Behind me are Sylvia Cox, Laura Dodd, Betty Foster, and Rita White. In our day, we were some of the best athletes in the country, thanks to Mr. James Lorimer. In 1960, Mr. Lorimer started the girls' division of the Ohio Track Club after seeing the American women fail miserably in a dual track meet, the USA versus the then Soviet Union in Philadelphia in 1959. Mr. Lorimer sought a diverse group of girls from Central Ohio. He went to Worthington High School looking for the best female athlete and found Melissa Long, his first recruit. He contacted Nick Barrick, who was head of the Columbus Recreation Department, and other high school PE teachers seeking the best female athletes in Franklin County. Implementing the Lorimer way, he was able to get a chartered plane to take his newly formed team to the 1960 Olympic trials in Corpus Christi, Texas. During the 1960s, prior to the passage of Title IX, no one really cared about girls' athletics in Ohio. There were no opportunities for high school girls to compete in track and field. No city track meet, no district track meet, and certainly no state track meet. During our era, the only way a girl could compete in track and field was through a track club system. Cleveland City had its program funded through its recreation department. Chicago had its program funded through the mayor's office, the Mayor Daley Youth Foundation. Fortunately for us, we had Mr. Lorimer, who had the hustle and skill to get individuals and other groups to provide the resources we needed for a successful team. For example, getting the best coaches in the field events, such as Harry McKnight, who was my high jump coach. Mr. Lorimer coached the runners, getting permission for us to use the indoor and outdoor facilities at OSU, obtaining financial contributions for travel expenses, soliciting volunteers to drive us to track meets, and contacting local media to promote our sport. Sounds familiar? As female athletes, we just wanted the opportunity to train and compete in track and field, be the best that we could be. Not enough can be said as to how Mr. Lorimer expanded our world. Many of us had rarely traveled out of Ohio. One of our favorite memories is Mr. Lorimer taking the team to a restaurant after every competition in New York City, the top of the sixes. He always ordered Cherry's Jubilee for the team. It was quite impressive to see the waiter serve this flaming exotic dessert at our tables overlooking Midtown Manhattan. Mr. Lorimer was responsible for bringing the 1966 Women's Indoor National Championship to Columbus, Ohio. Of course, it was one of the most organized national meets. As everyone knows, no one can put on a better show than Jim Lorimer, also known as P.T. Barnum. And according to script, our team won the Indoor National Championships. Sometimes we were teased for being female jocks. As teenage girls, Mr. Lorimer stressed that we were trailblazers, groundbreakers, and independent. He taught us how hard work, being focused, disciplined, and of course, how practice can achieve results. It paid off. We applied what we learned in competition on the track to life off of the track. Mr. Lorimer is very proud that all of us received our college degrees. This includes a Harvard-trained lawyer, Sylvia over here, oh, Sylvia, several PhDs, and 5 of us with master's degrees. Mr. Lorimer often tells us that there would not have been the Arnold Classic if it had not been for the Ohio Track Club. Can you imagine the world without the Arnold Classic? We are proud to be part of his legacy. Thank you, Mr. Lorimer. You are an incredible man who made a difference in our lives. We cannot imagine the world without you. Happy birthday. We love you.